Hey everyone, today I actually get to leave the house again. So something that I have been struggling with is the balancing between creating content and then keeping clients happy and specifically onboarding clients. So for example, a few weeks ago, we didn't have any clients because all of our clients are inbound through our content marketing strategy. So I was able to do about 3 weeks of content in a couple weeks, and so I was able to get really far ahead. But then what happens is as soon as we get clients, all of a sudden, I don't have time to record. So today what I'm gonna be working on, I'm going through a course that was is by Digital Marketer, that is all about how to onboard clients. So I'm coming up with templates and writing some video scripts so that when we do get a new client, I don't have to stop the content machine. It can keep going, and then myself or someone else can easily pass it off to another team member so that they can work with the client, get them all set up and good to go. So, wrapping up a good 6.5 hours of work, and came up with a templated welcome email along with a script and a slide deck for a welcome video, just kind of helping give clients a way to think about the work that we're going to be doing and kind of set them up for success, but also politely nudge them on how and how not to interact and work with us. So now it's time for me to head back home and actually have a quick call with my business partner, because while I was at the coffee shop, we got a new client, which is super cool. It's kind of ironic. I'm working on how to onboard clients, and then we get a new sales funnel client. So I'm pretty excited and stoked for that, because there's a certain aspect of this particular project that we haven't actually done together before. I've done it by myself, but I haven't had delegated it off to the team yet. So that'll be interesting just to see. So I'll actually be able to test what I just put together next week. And so in order to be ready for that test, wolf down lunch and continue to watch the Digital Marketer Workshop training. So I actually have one more video to put together. So I'll have a total of 2 onboarding videos and a couple of welcome emails. And just looking at the process we have now versus what I'm putting together, I think it's going to make a huge difference in helping us be organized and make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. Because that's one of the most time-consuming part of services, is actually the back and forth between you and the client, not necessarily doing the work. The doing the work has actually been the easiest part for us, and that just might be the way we've set things up. So before I sign off here, because now my day is much busier than I thought it was going to be, I have 3 things I wanted to share with you in terms of the 3 times your clients should be contacting you. And this came out of a different program that I went through right before I started my agency, in between starting my agency and leaving the one I worked at. And so during this program, she talked about the only 3 times your clients or coaching students should be contacting you. The first time is when they're saying, yes, I want to do business with you, or I want to do more business with you. The second time they should be contacting you is when you've asked them to get back to you. And then the third time is if they're calling you with a referral. Now, I know that sounds a little crazy. You're like, wait, why wouldn't they just randomly ask questions? And the rationale is that you should have a process of when you're going to speak to your clients, and also when they're going to be asking you questions. Because if you have like an onboarding call and then you have a week 1 or week 2 strategy call, and they're asking you a bunch of questions in between, number 1, they're trying to scope creep on what you're doing, and you have to say, no, this isn't part of what we talked about doing. Or number 2, more likely, they're asking questions that should have been covered in a welcome email, an onboarding video, or just during one of the calls. And so one of the things that's really helpful to me is I actually save all of our previous client emails. So I'll go through all of them and look at the questions I was asked during each phase of our work, whether we're building a sales funnel or putting together an ads campaign. And then I go, okay, great. Now I know that 3 out of the 5 last people asked this one question. So we need to come up with a way that we actually preemptively answer that question, either by including an extra tutorial video in some email, or sometimes what I'll do is I'll just shoot a quick video just like this one that answers that question. And then when they ask, instead of having to think about, oh, what am I going to type this time? I just say, oh, great question. Here's a video that actually answers that. And as a concrete example, one of the things we constantly got asked about was how to format the end screens or the cards for YouTube ads. So I wanted putting together a very quick guide. It's like 3 or 4 pages. It has a couple of examples of successful YouTube ads. We give them a swipe file. We show them some of our own ads, and we give them some graphic assets. So it's very easy for them to put together their YouTube ads. Now, when we have a new client, I don't have to answer all those questions all over again. I could just say, hey, here's a guide, shows you exactly how to do it. Here's some live examples. Let me know if you have any questions. And with each client, we're actually able to update that PDF and improve the video or slide deck that we give them, because we get more questions and we go, oh, we didn't think about that. So then we have some place to add it, and then the next client doesn't ask us. So with each client, we get better at delivering our services. So I hope you found that helpful. There's just so many different things to think about when you're trying to put together your own services, and this is why I always talk about just having 2 or 3 services, because there's so many different moving parts. So until the next video, keep building the business you love.